We are Talkin Headz. Talkin Headz. Levels exceed the red. Metalheadz. We're Talkin Headz. Levels exceed the red. Pushing the man to the edge. Heavyweight pressure coming down from the Metalheadz. Are you ready for this? Talkin Headz.
This is my label, you know, Metalheadz is my label, and I've been running it. I started with Doc Scott many years ago, 001. But it was just a prototype label, which I guess it still is in that sense.
I mean, he is a figurehead, you know. We have a few in the scene that are like really important key figures, and you know, there's Goldie and there's Groove Rider and Frosty, all these people that really hold up the whole thing and make it solid.
Metalheadz has been there since like the big explosion, you know what I mean? It was all the elements in Metalheadz, all the artists have been there since like day dot.
Goldie, with what he did with Metalheadz, really did take the scene and the whole drum and bass thing to another level.
For me, Metalheadz sort of, it brought a lot of people together, and within those sort of ranks, everyone sort of set the basic standards of how the music is today.
The concept's ahead. Everyone's in their head. It's just saying their heads, and let's keep their heads and just go forward. It's not saying that Metalheadz is a label, it's the most prestigious whatever. We don't blow any horns, man. It's about a lot of people that have been creative, about being together and making it work.
They've done a wicked job. If you look at the back catalogue, I mean, there's very few labels that have got a back catalogue as rich as the Metalheadz back catalogue, you know.
It's really weird that the kind of symbol. I mean, this guy Darren did it, and it was really weird because it always reminded me of this very strong icon, because it was literally meaning that long after I'm dead and everybody else is dead, the music will still be here, which is why it's a skull with a pair of headphones on.
I don't reckon there's many other labels, you know, around that, you know, you can have that kind of artistic freedom to do what you want, and there's no real barriers, you know, holding you back from, you know, taking it a step further. That's what Metalheadz is about.
There's so many different people involved within it, like from so many different backgrounds. We're not all coming from a jazz background, we're not all coming from a rock background, you know, it's all different.
The thing about Metalheadz, when that came along, it came at a time when there was beginning to be a little bit more of a segregation in British clubland somehow. I don't know what happened, but you know, rave came along and it kind of made things either sort of white or black somehow, you know what I mean? And so when I went to Speed and certain breakbeat clubs in the early days, it was the first time for some time that I was going to clubs where I was getting this mixture again, and that really meant a lot to me. Well, the Blue Note, of course, used to be the bass clef. People were getting sick of the West End policies and all that business, and the fact that you couldn't really find a good small club in London to play intense music. So in a way, the timing was brilliant, and you know, they set the place up, and it was a huge success. Obviously, it was there that Metalheadz really kind of kicked off.
Blue Note has just finished us for 3 years, and it's just restarted the Complex. And I mean, the Complex was an old haunt of ours. But it's just weird. I mean, I've had so much fun that it's just gone like that. And 3 years have just been gone. I don't know where they went, they just went.
It's a place that people go to listen to new tunes. It's the only regular, well, 3 years.
And whoever didn't come, you missed it.
Blue Note's school for drum and bass, man. It's like going to school.
Yeah.
You do your weekly class. You know, you go to Blue Note, you hear what the new shit is.
Yeah. Who's doing what?
Yeah, who's playing what, who's mixing up, whatever. It's school, man, do you know what I mean? It's not like going to a club, it's school, and everybody knows that.
I think that's the sort of original place where you can sort of play where you want, play what you want, you know? Like DJs in there really go for it properly, you know?
I mean, you get a total cross-section of people. I mean, from I've had people turn up and say they're in the country for 3 days, they've just come from Denmark, or, you know, hi, I'm from Copenhagen, or I'm from Iceland, or... But then you get people who are from North London, South London, West London. You also get people driven down from Watford, Manchester. So they come from everywhere. I mean, even you get people from the States who might be in town for a week and they still make it down. Yeah, so you know, it's kind of like a global family there.
At clubs, hard tunes go down well, and like hard beats and hard bass lines. That's what people want. That's what they want to hear at a club. People want music that's going to make them dance. It's going to make them move. It's about, as I said, creating an atmosphere. Yeah. Although some DJs, I've heard Doc Scott come on and bring it right down before he drops something that's lethal.
I'll never forget when Groove Rider plays and he tears down the whole place all the time every time he plays it. I'll never forget those moments there.
The point is, it ain't stupid, they know music. Yeah, they know their beats.
As a DJ, you'll have certain things, and you'll be playing certain tunes, and you'll think in different places you're thinking, right, that these guys aren't ready for this one yet. But in Blue Note, they're always ready, and you're just dropping the new shit there, definitely.
When you're in the club, you know, you're all in there. I mean, everyone can hear what tunes are being dropped, and like, you know, if anyone's coming with any new styles, you know, everyone's going to hear it. You know, so it's like the place to be, really.
If you're going to hear a new style of beat, you're going to hear it there first, I reckon, more than anywhere else, because people are more inclined to experiment with their music down there rather than anywhere else.
A lot of people have been to Blue Note or whatever, and they've heard about Metalheadz, and when it comes to their town, when they do a tour or something like that, everybody's there because they want to get on they want a piece of the action, they want it, you know, they want a piece of the vibe.
And they know that it's going to be of a certain standard, you know, and of a certain quality.
It's all about Metalheadz, you understand? Metalheadz is bad, you understand? It's the biggest and best thing going.
I think people just didn't have the confidence that these small scenes could ram out big places, you know, and of course they can. You know, we used to do it at the Fridge, and you know, there's nothing better than sort of playing underground music to 2,000-3,000 people. Do you know what I mean? And I think that now that the Complex has come along and you've got all those different options and all those better sound systems, you can really, you know, basically pump up hardcore music.
Yeah, there's a vibe at the clubs, obviously, because that's where everyone meets up. You know, that's where everyone would always be together at a club, unless there's a kind of type of meeting, or, you know, someone said we go go-kart racing.
It's going to be cheers and beers and a few dog steers. Now it's about the speed right now. J Magic happens to be the Don driver as far as their heads are concerned. So I'm just going to follow his black line on the track.
I was very worried about this race before.
I've got no gold, if you notice. Took away my weight. I lost about a pound in weight now, so that should make my advantage a little bit better. Metalheadz pie. Next step in the metal merchandise, get a Metalheadz pie. Well, you have some.
If you're in any doubt as to the amount of space available to drive through, don't do it. There's plenty of time out there. Take them somewhere else. Teams, do you want to do that in here before we go next door?
Who thinks they can drive? Who thinks they can drive? I'm here.
He's my team, man.
Okay. Who's got a team? Who else has got a team? Hey!
What are you saying? It's my crew there, man.
We switched on you. Number one.
Time for all the heads to come together. Listen to the drum and the bass to take you higher. Cause we come to inject it, we come to play it. We come to rock it, so we come to smash it. Headstrong.
Ten years ago I was at work like everybody else, I suppose, and one day came acid house. That's when my life changed.
It wasn't until 93, 94 when I started to hear what was then called hardcore stroke jungle and was changing into drum and bass, and I heard a couple of tracks, one by Bookham in particular, a track called Music, and what I liked about it was just, and Apollo as well, they were just simple and clean tracks that just had funk in a new way I hadn't heard before.